Hello, friends. Welcome to the studio. Happy Monday. I am super excited as always to be here with you. Oh, today we're going to be talking about living again, love the life you live. Basically, this month of May, it's all about celebrating life as a mother, whether you're a mother by birth or whether you're a mother just by bonus mom, however you mothered someone, it doesn't matter. All of month of May, we're going to be talking about being a mother. So I started out on the desk with Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Dawn, happy Monday. Listen, if whether you're watching this live or catching the replay, I want you to know that you are so welcome here. And I am Karen McKoy in the studio as always. But I wanted you to know for sure, from my heart, because I was walking today and I was just like, oh my God, I get so excited on Mondays and Wednesdays. I look forward to it because I get to spend time with you guys, right? So here in this space, it's all about healing, creativity, rediscovering who you are, rediscovering life after whatever. For me, it just happened to be rediscovering my joy after death. But whatever life has broken your heart into many pieces, we are here in the studio on Monday. We're here on Wednesday to do what? Heal. One brushstroke at what? A time. I am so grateful. Let me pull up my chat because Lily is in the house and she was making so much noise. I just opened the door and let her out. So if Mr. McKoy is on here, I sent him a text, so hopefully he'll get it because I have all text stuff cut off. In the beginning of this live, I want to dedicate it to my bishop, his family, because I'm praying for them right now, very much so. So that's what we do. So just pray for the McKissick family, and God knows what is needed, and He shall provide what He sees fit. But it was on my heart, and that's how I came into this live, like literally with my heart praying. And it also got me a little anxious. So I just like, but I'll feel better, I'm quite sure, after the live, during the live, because why? That's what we come here for, is to create joy in the studio so that we can heal. We can just grab life by the horns, whether we can control it or not. Or not. All right, I'm waiting for me to get my notification. I'm also logged in on my phone. The last time we had this live, oh my goodness, it stayed live for 3 hours. I could not believe it. But finally, the country internet let it go and it went out. But again, God does what He does, and there's nothing we can do about it. All right, let's go back. There we go. I haven't been in the studio since Saturday morning. Sunday is reset day. Sunday is really for me to get ready, do my rest, relax, and regroup for the week. And that's what I did. And I really, I really would not advise you, but offer to you to do the same thing. Okay. So we have brushes today. We're going to be doing some painting because this is watercolor challenge, and my challenge is going to be Rose. Since we're talking about mothers and it's Happy Mother's Day because Mother's Day is next Sunday, roses are the theme, and roses is what really gets me moving and gets my heart happy. And roses are all about rediscovering. For me, it's a part of what is it? Roses was memorial. I'm trying to think around the house. I have roses, like I have a rose garden. And so it's living again after loss. And it's like roses bloom. That's what it is. Roses bloom multiple times within, like, it's the spring, between spring and summer. Of course, winter they don't. But that is why I chose the rose, because it's a signal for me, is to love again, to pay attention to all the petals, each layer that a rose has. And in the watercolor world, it seems like a rose has been the challenge for a lot of people. I took the challenge myself with the rose long time ago. probably about, let's say, 19, 20, 21. Let's say 21. And I don't think I'm a pro at it, but I do give myself a pat on the back because I like my roses. They might not be the realistic roses that some people will shoot for, but life isn't realistic, and I'm not looking to always find perfection in my painting. But my roses, so today's live is close to my heart, right? We're talking about living again. That is something I know all too well. Not about just existing, but I know about living again. After the loss of my son, well, after the loss of my daughter and granddaughter, I really didn't start living again. But listen, I knew after my son died, I was like, I don't want to do it the same way. Let's leave that up there for a minute because I want everybody to get the note. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Right? Okay, I'm going to gather supplies. I'm going to be using my wonderful Mission granulating, and I'm also going to be kind of slapping maybe some of the roses to my heart. That's going to be the one that I'm going to, the color. I'm not going to, so I'm not stuck to one color, but I did give you the brand. Now on here, oh, and also we got Create Joy Studio out. So we have Della Magna in here, and we have Roman. I know I won't be using Roman because there's only those colors and maybe some of these. Not sure, but I will, as I'm typing, as I'm talking and as I'm slapping the paint down, I will let you know which is which. I wish that could kind of stay there and be seen, but I need all of my canvas. Those purple flowers. These purple flowers, aren't they cute? Dawn. What was I? Oh, I was doing this. This is what I was doing because I had to pull the paints back out after your live Friday. So Saturday, this is what I did. I took time to slap them down again and, making them, see, they just show up different every time. They do. And so when I got to the Fantasy Violet, it was so much on there. I just stuck it on there. And then, of course, when I got to the Van Dyke Green, that's what it's on there. And then I just like, because I wrote Happy Mother's Day first. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to keep that card. And then it was sitting on my desk. I was like, you know what? We're going to sit it up here and it will be the message for everyone. Okay, let me give my little spiel for Team Replay. Team Replay, I want to thank you as always for showing up, because on the live I will have at least 7 people live, which is I am grateful for. But Team Replay comes and they show up, and I'm talking about within 24 hours. So Team Replay, I know my timing might not be great because it's 3 o'clock Central Standard Time and a lot of people works. So I thought about changing it, or I thought about doing Mondays live at 3 and maybe doing Wednesdays live in the evening. That's a thought going forward after I'm released from caretaker world. But Mr. McKoy is out on his own doing chores today, and he's driving. He does better in the little red car. So I told him don't rush, take his time. But really, this was the week for him to start being self-sufficient, because it is 30 days and now we're working on, because it's 4 to 6 weeks, but he's doing great. He is doing amazing. He walked this morning. Hi Paula. Hi Azuka. How are you? He walked this morning, and he walked my walk that I walk with the dogs, so that means he walked a mile with the dogs. So we'll give him a yay, congratulations, and great job. I am so excited. So okay, today we're gonna need brushes. I liked all this color. I'm gonna have this up here for so I can see the color, but it doesn't matter. You know why? Because these Mission two-tone tourmaline granulating watercolors, they show up different every time. This is why I love them, because they remind me of life. Every single day, life shows up differently. And these watercolors show up differently. Like Dawn, when she was doing them, like where's our one? That Milky Way violet, like it just shows up. Like, look at it. I couldn't get it to do its thing for nothing. It looks green. So it shows up every single time differently. So I still didn't see that violet in the swatch I did. I have only had it show up once. That's what I'm saying. So look, it showed up for you, for me to send you that swatch, and it showed up more green here. And I have another one. Not to get off track, but I don't know what I did with the other one. But the very original swatch that I did, it was different too. Right out of the tube, it did great. But this one, okay, let me see. This is my cheat sheet too. So let's turn it around. There we go. And that means Milky Way should be right there. Right there, because then we're going to see, yeah, that should be it. Even in the palette, it looks different. It looks different. Hello, Melanie Foy. Welcome to the studio. Guys, welcome. I am grateful to have you here. We are going to get into our challenge, our Rose challenge, but we're investigating the paints that I'm going to use. And listen, Azuka, my husband's at the store. I told him, I said, hey, can you bring home fruit? Like, because I was sitting on the porch watching, you've already inspired me to already make me some juices when he brings the fruit back. So if y'all are not following Azuka's Kitchen, follow, because she will inspire you every single day. Yes, she will. Okay, so I'm gonna work on these. So what you'll need today, if you're following along just by watching, then great. Enjoy the conversation. I'm gonna have a conversation. We're gonna talk about some things, living life, right? But if you're working with me and you're going along, you're going to be slapping some paint on some paper. Then we're going to use watercolor brushes. I have a number 8, number 10. I have my newfound favorite, Tammy K's number 12 filbert brush. The other ones are rounds, kind of, sort of. And we are going to start out with using Mission. These are Mission two-tone tourmaline. These are granulation watercolors. So that's what we're going to start. We're going to wake them up, wet them. And right there for sure, and over here for sure, because we're going to do roses. And I want to show you how simple roses can be. I don't want you to think that you can't do roses. Like, you'd be like, why is she doing a watercolor rose challenge? 30 days is what we're doing. 30 days. 30 days. You don't have to draw roses like me. You don't have to draw roses like anyone that you see on YouTube. What I want you to do is take time to pick up a paintbrush or a pen or a pencil, whatever your medium of choice is, and just do the challenge. More so, it's self-care for you. Because the month of May, I'm dedicating to mothers. Mothers. In the month of May, I have 3 children whose birthdays in May. Y'all know I have something about these double birthdays. Both of my children who have passed away, their birthdays are in December. Boy, I tell you. So May, the twins' birthday, and LaPortia's birthday. So and it's Mother's Day, and my mother's birthday is in May. My great-grandmother's birthday was in May. My aunt's birthday was in May. We have May lockdown about like we have February lockdown. All right, I want to make sure this one is woke up. We're going to wake it up. Because see, in that palette, let's see, Dawn, you see in that palette? You can't see it. It won't do it. It won't. And I don't know how to, my camera's up here, so I can't do the zoom. Oh, I can. Yes, I can. Let's see. We're not going to worry about it because I will mess things up. Surely will. Okay, let me know in the chat, what does living again mean to you right now? Right now. Dawn, I got a cup full. Cup full. So in the chat, let me know, what does living again mean to you? Now you can go and, however you want to answer the question. I'm going to give you my spiel on living again. Living again for me is walking away from losing 2 children, finding my joy again, and wanting to smile and wanting to still walk forward in life. That's what living again to me is. And I've been through some things. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull out, I have these little cards because everything I do, I'm going to turn it into a card. My only daughter's birthday is at the end of May. She said, We can celebrate all. Hey, yes, sir. We celebrate. Look, technically, Melanie, we celebrate all year. But I'm a February baby. I only get 28 days every 4 years, 29 days. So I celebrate the whole month of February. And then, I said, I feel like that was a little, say cricket feels like it's not straight on. I want to make sure it's straight on. Okay, I'm going to move. Y'all, these are the Mission. These are the Rosa Gallery. And we're going to move. And as I talk, I don't even have planned out how I'm going to do this. Other than I showed up. I'm going to pick up a paintbrush. Oh, I can't use that paintbrush. I definitely have to use my big body. We're going to add some other things. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Feeling motivated. Okay. Okay. The one thing I've learned about starting over again, living life again after loss, life changes or burnout, like, life after divorce, life after remarrying, life after the loss of a child, loss of a mother, loss of a father, those kind of things. That's what I'm talking about. What living again actually means to me is not bouncing back. It's building new. That's what I've learned. Like this whole thing, like my whole YouTube channel has been centered around, and I really walked into this thing. Like literally, I was over here just, popping on YouTube 2 years ago. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it for me. Like slapping paint on paper. Let's just do it for me. And then I start getting subscribers, and then people start talking about it. It's like, Karen, what are you doing? I'm just like, I'm over here just slapping paint on paper. And then now it's a whole thing. And I am so grateful because what it has afforded me to do is building something new. So this channel, Create Joy Studio for number one, Easy Living Ranch, all these new parts of my life that if you'd have told me 6 years ago, well, if you'd have told me in 2019 when my son died that I would be smiling again, I would be still encouraging, women, encouraging people to do things. Like, I would be like, get out of my face. I don't care. I just want my son back, right? Because that's all I wanted. When people ask the question, well, Karen, what do you need? What I need, you can't give me, right? So to be able to really, really, really have life after the death of my children, I mean, the deep pit of grief that I've walked away from, and how creativity pulled me back to the surface, child. Whew, it just may continue to breathe. I find joy in sending handmade cards. Oh, yes. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Let me show you. I'll show you at the end. We're going to get to what this live is really all about. And it is about our 30-day challenge. So we're going to have a 30-day challenge, and it's going to be making watercolor roses, right? So I have another question. What's one thing you've been wanting to do for you? With, let's see, what color is this? I think this is this violet purple. I'm going to make this rose pop off the page almost in the very beginning. So the question is, what's one thing you've been wanting to do for you, but haven't made time for? I have to really think about that question because it was everything in the beginning for me. Doing swoop, 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 swoop. You were saying something about you went in the wrong direction, and I was like, what does she mean she went in the wrong direction? It's swoop, swoop left, swoop right. I don't have a direction when I go. I just swoop it. Swoop, 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 swoop. I make many handmade cards. Yes, listen, Melanie, Dawn is the reason why I take my cards now and turn them into cards. I take my art and turn them into cards. That would be Dawn. I'm so grateful that we connected on a card making thing too. Like, I didn't do cards, but Gina K had me out here thinking I can do cards, and I had all the stuff. And so then when I started joining mindless crafting, I was like, man, they make it look so easy. And I guess that's what people say about me in this watercolor. I make it look so easy. So Dawn said today, a nap. Right. Oh, yes. I've avoided a nap today as well. Let's see. One thing I've been wanting to do. Oh, I want to go to the beach. Like I want to go to the beach and I just want to walk on the beach. And then after I walk on the beach, I just want to go sit down and have lunch or dinner. And that's what I want to do just for me. And I want to catch a flight to Italy. Those are the things that I want to do just for me. Now, with Mr. McKoy can come along, but those are the things I want to do just for me. Just for me. Because I haven't traveled. I went to Spain last year, but other than that, normally I would have had speaking engagements and I would have been somewhere speaking, but that wouldn't have been for me. That would have been, for whatever organization I would have been speaking. All right, now once I slap the paint down, we're going to move because I want to do 3 of them. And that one is purple, but that purple was feeling so good. I hate to do it. Oh, and Dawn, the other thing, remember you were saying you hate to put the brush in the water? Now you understand why I collect water. Because once the water turns the color of whatever that color was I was using, I usually don't throw it away. I mix up the pigments in the bottom and then I move on. Okay, so why watercolor? Why roses, right? Roses represent healing for me. It also represents love because when you get you get a new love. What's the first thing they do? They send you roses, right? And roses are so gentle and so soft, like you don't even want to touch the petals. Like right now, this is so soft, so soft. It's wet, so don't want to touch the petals. But I want to leave it over there so it can dry so we can add the other things to it. Watercolor is, remember I told y'all that watercolor to me is like life. It teaches me how to be patient. It teaches me how to flow, right? And watercolor also has taught me how to let go. So when I use watercolor, it's the opposite. I'm trying to see what other color. Oh, we're going to do, let's do a yellow one. Yes, just do a yellow one. Using watercolor is the opposite of perfection. There's no, what does perfection in watercolors look like? Like, I don't know. That helps me, what was that? Masking fluid. I use masking fluid when I need to. Oh, yes. So it's one of those things that I can't control sometimes where the water goes, especially if I put too much. Then the water does what it wants to do. Can't do nothing about it. All I can do is continue to swoop around, kind of try to control the shape of it. But once it gets on here and does its own thing, pretty much out of control. Now I'm not going to get any more. I'm going to use what's on this brush and swoop it around. My only thing that I like to make, I would say, is closest to perfection is my center. Because the center is what really defines that rose, right? And this year, when my rose garden started, all of the roses over there, oh my God, it just was so pretty. And it gave me so much joy. And as I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, this is just what life after looks like. Because last year when I put those roses in the ground, year before last when I put them in the ground, I was like, Lord, please let them grow. Please let this be a place of peace for me so that when I walk by here, I can want to sit here. And each one of them is named after someone that I've lost. So I planted them in memory of my great grandmother. Her name was Rosa. My aunt, whose birthday would have been this month, is and then my daughter, my granddaughter, my son, and then there's some other things that I planted over there that are hydrangeas. Snowballs, and they outperformed, like they did their thing, and I was just so grateful. And so when you think about watercolor, that's why I chose watercolor and roses, right? So the power of color in emotional healing, like pink for instance. Pink means compassion. Red, like I usually do the basic. We do red because red is what? The basic flower. It means vitality, right? Yellow is for hope. And I think white is in memory. I think that's the way it is because red can also be like there had passed. So that's what I was kind of think of when you give it, the power of color. But you don't have to be an artist to think about the expression. Again, it's not about being perfect. Like literally, as I'm talking about this, it's just all about how do you feel, right? So this is your permission slip to slap some paint on some paper and let it speak to you. Whether you're painting, scribbling, or just watching, remember, just watching me over here. It's okay. It's still healing. Listening to my voice, listening to my story, joining me on walking away from everything that I've definitely been through. Okay, let me see what color. Now this is another thing I have to look at here. I want this one, or no, I want that one. Okay, so that's that one. So that's another way. That's my kind of my cheat sheet for this palette because it's so beautiful. There was no way to really kind of put a thing on it, to put words on it without it, popping off. Okay, let's get that around. Swoop, swoop, swoop. Make this other one a little bit more poopy in the middle. Boop, 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 boop. Swoop, 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 swoop. That's more defined middle. And then here, slap some water out there and just let it go. Like that's life. What can you do? Let it go. Just breathe. Take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. You can't do anything about whatever it is. Let it go. I know when I would go and get a massage, she'd be like, just let it go. You can't control it. Let it go. And it's like the stuff we hold in our bodies. Like, really? Okay. What color are you drawn to today? I've put down 3 colors. What color are you drawn to today? Not necessarily these colors, but what color are you drawn to today? Think about it. How are you feeling? What emotions does that color bring up for you? Right? Like Dawn said she needed to take a nap. I said I want to go on a trip. I went way out there and did. But what color? What's your color? What's your color? Is your color a color that I use, or maybe it's not? Maybe I need to pull out another one and we can use your color. Swoop it, swoopy, swoopy, swoopy. And then when you're swooping, you just lay that brush down a little bit. And also, if you join me over in my Patreon, you definitely can learn how to do all this swoopy, swoopy stuff a little bit slower, where I definitely teach how to scream and paint. That will be definitely a one-on-one class. I don't have to teach screaming, but sometimes people don't know the right place to scream. Sometimes people hold too much stuff in, not realizing that they should scream. I wanted to scream this morning. I didn't take my walk. Like I said, Mr. McKoy walked the dogs. I actually slept in. I started to get, because Lily has a something on her, and so I had to clean her face and make sure she didn't lick it off or scrub it off. So she slept in the room, and I was just like, every time she moved, I was like a mother with a newborn baby. Okay, Dawn says she liked the purple. I know I love the purple, but I love the yellow. So it's a little, I don't know, it's a little up in the air for me. But I got to do another one because it's blue. It's a blue one. Let's do a blue one. Okay. All right, let's do a blue one, and let's see which blue, because we have Aurora Pink that has some blue in it. And then we have Marine Blue, Indigo Blue. I think we're going to do Aurora Pink and see if we can get that pink to pop out. So that's Fog Violet, so that will be Aurora Pink. All right, I hope so. Yeah, looks like it. All right, let's go. Wet it up, and wet it up. Purple is a color I really like. I love purple, Melanie. I really, really, really do. Purple is my go-to color, but I've been trying to step away from my favorite color only because it was limiting me to all the things. It was limiting me from using other things. You know what I mean? So I had to step away and start doing other things. Yellow, of course, is my color. Yellow represent when I'm doing mixed media. Yellow is the color that lets me know I'm healing. When I finally use yellow, that means I've realized that I was calm, I was feeling better, it was working out. Okay, so let's talk about this rose challenge. Like, why roses, Karen? Like, why? For one, I love roses. I've given you the backdrop on that. But for the next 30 days, like literally, I meant to, because I start Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to kind of act like we got 30 days, right? And we kind of do. Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to check in. But even before, I had roses on the first. So I kind of started it before. And I kind of put it out there because I had the thumbnail up about the challenge. And so, not a problem. But what I want you to do is think about it. You don't have to necessarily do roses if you don't want. If roses just really drive you crazy when you slap them on the paper, don't worry about it. But do me a favor. Draw just one. Act like you're going to draw just one, right? Because we're painting one rose a day, just one. It can be abstract, wild, simple, layered, a blob on a paper, and you can call that a rose. Okay? Whatever your heart needs. Because you know what? It's what you need, right? It's all about healing one brush stroke at a time. I see the pink in this. So that is why I chose the roses because, again, roses was the one that helped me to settle down, really concentrate on watercolor. It really let me know you ain't in control of this paint. This paint is doing what it wants to do. I started making roses with acrylic where you really don't have too much control like I do with these petals as I swoop them down. And so when I can't started doing watercolors, I was like, oh, wait, I got a little bit more control on how I put it down. So that's how that worked out. Now that is pretty. Can you see that pink? Mr. McKoy has popped on. Are you home? Are you? But so yes, that is why we're going to do roses. Now, the commitment, take 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, take whatever time you want. But I want you to give yourself at least 10 minutes to do whatever, however you want to paint the rose. And remember, at the end of it all, it's about you, how you're feeling. Check in with yourself. That is the only reason. It is not a contest of who can make the best rose. It is not. I want you to take time for yourself. Like, you don't have to use watercolors. You can use crayons, pencils. You can even collage a rose. Now, that would be a challenge for me, but maybe not for some of you card makers. The goal is a rose challenge. Mine just happened to be I'm going to be using watercolor. Okay. So this is week 1. We're rooted in love. So we're talking about love. Next week, so Wednesdays we'll be talking about love as well. Next week we're going to be talking about grief and grace because, wait, no, I take that back. We're going to start, today is love. And Wednesday we're going to be talking about grief and I will be sharing pictures and maybe whatever the Lord gives me on my heart to do. Because I told you it's all about Mother's Day and 2 of my 7 children are gone. So I'm going to celebrate them. And my daughter was a mother. So we're going to celebrate them on Wednesday in their memory and their honor. And that's what that Wednesday's live is going to be about. So that one's going to be how the Lord is literally, really, truly continuing to just show out in my life. And, you know, I get to share with you guys and really enjoy the journey. Now, this is what I love doing to my roses, is bringing these petals to life. And you don't go in, you just kind of swoop around. Don't bother the middle too much. And if it's something you don't like, this is the time you get to kind of get a little on around or do whatever it is you want to do. However, make it lighter, whatever. But that's how I bring these petals to just, oh my goodness, where I can be like, oh, girl, that flower ready to pop off this page. Okay. All right. I'll digress. I'll stay there. All right, let's go back. Oh, see, I put so much on there and it's not even ready. All right, we're going to go now and I'm going to change because I want my green brush. And when I change to a green, we're going to do green. So I got green water. Yep. It's green water. I admit I have water, each water, red water, purple water. I just don't get rid of it. So that's what I do. All right, so now the question right now I'm going to ask myself is, How do I want those? I mean, not my petals. Yeah, how do I want my leaves? Because remember, I'm going to make it into a card. I'm going to put a sentiment on top of it. And then, we're going to do all that. And I think I'm just going to make this one. I don't know. I'm just going to slap it down. We're just going to go for it. Remember, this is what I want you to do. Don't overthink it. That green is beautiful, though. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Now, you card makers, you guys might want to think about it because where you put your sentiment, that kind of stuff, it matters to you. I get it. But for me, the slapping the paint, I've done the hard part for me is just slapping the paint down on the paper. And there we go. Boop. And then we'll put that sentiment probably right across there. Not sure. There we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Do I want the same green? I think I do. I think I do. Okay, so there's no wrong way to do this. Remember, if you miss a day, don't worry about it. Come back to it. If you paint 2 in one day, beautiful. The goal is to show up for who? You. We're showing up for ourselves. It's May. We're mothers. We need a break. We're taking the whole 30 days. Like the whole month of May, and we're celebrating ourselves. We're not worrying about if the kiddos celebrate us, great. We made ourselves mothers. They just solidified it by becoming our child. They had nothing to say in it. We chose when we were gonna, well, not necessarily when we were gonna have them, but God chose overall. But you get what I'm saying. So that way, for me, it's just one of those things because next week I'll be with my mother and my grandmother. So that will be an honor because my grandmother is 98, and so the Lord blesses her to see next week. Look how many, I'll have to go back and see how many Mother's Days because my uncle, who would have been, almost late 70s, she's been a mother all those years. I've been a mother for 42 years. 42, 40, 41, 41. Ooh, yes. And so that is something that, we put a badge on. Let's just say we put a badge on. We show up with the Band-Aids. We show up when everything else needs to be done. We're the ones that show up. So now I want you to show up for yourself. That's all. Don't wait for somebody to take you out to dinner. Take yourself out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Do something for you. Paint the roses, draw the roses. Oh, you painted 3 roses, Dawn? Awesome. And we're not doing this. Oh, yeah, let's see how the brush just told me what to do. Brush started talking to me and just did its own thing. Okay, well, I guess you want it to be on stems. That's fine. Simple. We won't stress. Let you do your thing. And when you're doing this, make sure you're in a quiet place because it's a time for you. Like literally sit somewhere to where you can just like think about what's going on in your mind. What do you need to release? What's on your to-do list? Sorry, I'm late. I've been trying to catch. Hi, empty nest scrapper. Now, they be passing out names in the chat. I've been trying to put everybody names together when y'all be on your lives. Now, if you want to, what's your name so I can just call you by your name. If not, then you'll just be empty. I was calling you empty nester, but it's empty nest, which I love. I have an empty nest too. That one turned out great too. I am so happy that you got to catch me live, and I'm over here slapping this paint on this paper. But we're having a rose challenge that's coming up. Oh, okay. Maddie. She's Maddie. Got it. Yeah, I would have had that wrong. Okay, now look at this. This is what I want to show you. Look at this. Look at this palette. Because not only are these roses beautiful, this palette is beautiful. Because when you slap that paint and when you start mixing this, when it's over, I'm going to watch the replay. Oh, no worries. I appreciate it. Listen, Team Replay, I appreciate you. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me do my commercial for Team Replay. Because, as always, I have to give Team Replay their shouts out. Because Team Replay shows up. They might not have time to be here for the live, but they come and they show up on the replay. And I am ever so grateful. Ever so grateful. But look at this palette. Look at the green. Look at the granulations in that green. Ooh, it's so yummy. It's so yummy. Look at that. These paints, look at all of it. They're just amazing. They just show up and show out. All right. Okay, we got that. Oh, Mr. McKoy is home. So I'm so happy he made it back safely with all my fruit. Hopefully he got a bunch of fruit so that we can make our smoothies that Azuka's Kitchen. All right, all right. This one, I want more green because when it dries, that's when it shows up too. So this yellow, we're going to slide that on down there. There we go. There we go. Boom. Look at that shadow. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, there we go. All right, we did 4 cards. I was going to do 3. All right, so that is these watercolors. I said I was going to put something. Oh, I'm not done yet. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I got one more. See, I was ready for the 3. Forgot about 4. Let's put a little bit of this one on there to make it a little bit different. Let's see how this one does. We'll do 2 like this and 2 like that. Okay, so like I was saying, mothers, you're a mother. I want you to take the time when you're making your roses, however you choose to make your roses, whatever medium you choose. I'm not telling you how to do it and you when to do it. All I'm saying is I want you to take care of you. That's what I want you to do, right? So who's in? Drop a rose if you're joining the challenge. Drop a rose in the comment. And if you're on Team Replay and you are going to join the challenge, drop a rose in the comment section below and let me know. And also, I want you to do something for me. If you're not following me over on, what's that place? Instagram, because that's where you can kind of tag me, hashtag slapping paint on paper, right? And that way I can follow and see who's doing the roses, and then that way we can encourage each other. And you can also let me know if there's something that maybe you need more support in, more help in. Ooh, this is pretty. Hi Bernadette, how are you? How is things going for you? We started off the live praying for our bishop and his family. Bernadette and I are long time members of the same church. She just happens to be in Jacksonville, in the town where I'm in Alabama, for those that don't know. Look at all them roses. Yay, they gonna join me in the challenge. Make me super duper excited. I'm excited. Now for you card makers, if any one of you decide to make a card out of a rose, make a rose out of like paper, oh my God, please tag me. Like, I might try that. I got plenty of scraps. Not scraps, extra paper. I just logged in. What's the challenge? It's a rose challenge. So we're going to do the rose challenge. You can do the rose challenge with watercolor. You can do the rose challenge with a pencil. You can do the rose challenge with pens. You can do the rose challenge with Sharpies. You can do the rose challenge with a highlighter. What you make it, that's totally left up to you. So for the month of May, for everybody, the month of May, all of May, we're drawing roses. And we're drawing a rose a day. But if you want to draw a bundle of roses, or what do you call it, a dozen of roses, knock stuff out. I like drawing. Look, I start putting them in pots or putting them in vases. This one, I did them all up here, but then I called myself putting it in a vase. But it worked out. Remember, it's not for perfection. It's not about how good it looks, how bad it looks. It's the fact that you took time to sit down and think about you. Stamps, yes. Because when you do them with stamps, y'all usually paint them, right? Color them and stuff like that. I done seen what y'all do with these, with stuff. That's why I'm over here turning these cards. Look at this green. That green, what color green was that? That was jade green. That is beautiful. It's either oxide turquoise or jade green. One of these two. I just kind of dug in the wrong well. I thought I was digging in that one, but I didn't. Okay, but I like this one. Let's kind of slap that down and whoo. Yeah, that gives it kind of that shadowy look. Kind of makes it look like it's a shadow Oh, pretty, 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 pretty. And that's it. Bernadette, you got this. You got this. I believe in you. You got this. And to show you how easy it is, let's move these to the side and let them dry. Because I'm going to, let me show you. I can do it in my book. And for people that don't have all the things, like if you are joining and if you're watching on replay and you're just like, I don't got all that stuff, girl. What you mean? Get your book. Get your book. Remember, I told you go to Five Below. Get your regular little book. This one didn't come from Five Below. These are my books. This one came from Five Below. Which paints is she using? These paints are Holbein, not Holbein. I just saw Holbein on my desk and screamed Holbein. These are Mission, which is Mijello, right here. And they're tourmaline, two-tone, granulation watercolors. These suckers are so beautiful. That's why I keep them close, because they so pretty. Ooh, ain't they pretty? They just so pretty. They so pretty. And the box, it was meant for me. It's purple. So Mijello, which is Mission Gold Class watercolors. Tourmaline, which is, they're from minerals. So these are about as organic as you can get for the people that like organic things. Now, also, we have our rose guide to roses. Something like this. Okay, so let's move these over here because I want to show the people who don't have all the things. And like, I'm not getting all that stuff, girl. I just come on here to hear you talk. Okay, that's cool. Let me show you. Get your pen. Get your book. This is my new sketchbook. I've been doing teacups because teacups are important to me. Little faces. And I found out it's not good for watercolor. I wrote me a note, not good for watercolor. So my butterflies, this is my little sketchbook. Okay, so let's look at this. So we got this rose. Let's move these. I don't even want them to get messed up. I want them to dry because I got to open this up. Now, y'all know I'm not good at sketching. This is why I'm trying to step outside. But this is what I want you to do. Step outside of what you do normally and try to be good to yourself and just, sit. Now, here we go. Now I'm going to swoop. This is it. Just the swooping. We're looking at here. Swoop, swoop, root, right? We're just doing the petals. We're not worrying about how it looks. Is it messy? That's it. And then before it's over, after all of these little swoops, you got a rose. Does it look like the picture? Not necessarily. But this one has, to get it to look like the picture, that's when you get something with not a fine tip. This is a fine tip. This is a micron, as a matter of fact. But my point is, this is how simple it is for you to make a rose. Now, you can still go in and make that rose and start coloring it in. You can do all those things. So the challenge is for anybody that wants to take 10 minutes to take care of themselves. That's all I'm just asking you to do, is to give yourself 10 minutes. You deserve it. Right? Now, the more I go down and around into this, I could do that. The more you lay it down and not pay attention to this, you'll be designing this rose to make it look like what you want it to. But that's how simple it is. It's on a petal. It's on a stem. So then you draw the stem. And you kind of put your little, maybe thorns, if it got some thorns, if you want it. I don't want mine to have thorns on them. I usually put leaves on them. Draw the leaves out. That kind of thing. That's it. You've done your rose challenge for the day. See how simple that was? And that was hard for me because muscle memory is not in drawing. But I'm doing it more. So I'm looking at these roses, and I look at my roses. I don't look at the book while I'm drawing. I look at this and study the book pretty much like, oh my God, these are my favorite David Austin. I'm going to get me some David Austin roses. Haven't decided where I want to put them in the yard yet, but because they're so special. David Austin is an English rose, just in case you didn't know. They are different from the open out rose. I've drawn them, but they're okay. So anyways, I got this book because, I want to learn how to be better at taking care of my rose garden. And for a little inspiration, we all need a little inspiration. Okay, so there it is. Get your sketchbook, and you can do all the things. Mine's just happened to be a rose. Now, I will join the challenge of watercoloring a rose and drawing a rose. So let me put my date on this rose because today is May 5th, 2025. And then it was joyful and exciting. Those are the emotions that I got doing this rose. Also, if you want to journal, around the rose or stuff like that, you can. My roses, the roses that we're making every, Mondays and Wednesdays that I do on here, these will be turned into a card. So they'll be gone because, Mother's Day is Sunday. So I'm going to need to get them done and get them into the mail. All right, hold that thought. We already have some that we've already done. Now, I'm not happy. I'm going to tell you card makers, I'm not happy with my sentiment, but I said it wasn't for perfection. But I like the cards. I love the card. I even put little jewels on it. I'm nowhere near Tracy and all you guys. Y'all do some things. But listen, I did put some ribbon on it, put some lace on it, right? So it turned out great. And I'll put I was gonna put some white paper in here. Do y'all put something on the inside? Right? Or do you just let them put this? You put your sentiment in there? I'm not sure. I always see you guys make the cards. I never seen paint it. So yeah. All right. So there we are. All right. Team replay. If you are doing this challenge, not so much the cards, but if you do want to do the cards, do the cards. But if you're doing the challenge, a rose a day, and you get you a book, rose a day, just drop your rose if you're joining the challenge in the comments. That's for Team Replay. Now, this is another book that I use. I put in for travel. That sometimes, this does take watercolors very well. Does. You put white layer inside to write on? Okay, got it. I got some of that, so I will do that. And this is another thing that, again, you don't have to draw. You don't have to use watercolor. You could use, you can cut out a rose. It's still the sentiment. You're still taking the time to sit down. Cut a rose out of a book and put it in a book and then journal about it. That's something simple. This is what I do. I don't even worry about how I'm doing it. The whole thing is to spend time, give myself time to sit down, relax, and take care of me. That's it. So this is another book. And then I have this one. This one is watercolor paper. Oh, that's a David Rose. It doesn't take watercolor great either. If I use some expensive watercolor, it doesn't do well. But these are my Archer and Olive books that I needed to do something with. So I have 3 of them. And one of these get dropped in my purse if I'm going somewhere or if I'm traveling or if I'm going outside and going on the back 10. Y'all know if I'm going on a walk, maybe one of these will go and I'll sketch in it. So there we go, because I don't always pack up all the things. And then I did this one that doesn't have a rose. It has other color flowers, but I didn't want to waste the paper. So it just has little ephemera. And then I put Happy Mother's Day on the inside. And then I'll give that to someone. So I was pretty pleased with myself. Look, thank you. Look, from the card makers. Thank you. Look, and I put a butterfly on that one. But these right here, I got a stamp that came. It came today, and I'm going to stamp out this one that says, Mom, thinking of you, Mom. And I'm going to put it, but I wanted a sentiment that was bigger. But I think I might have to pull out the Cricut. I just might have to pull out the Cricut because what I have in mind is just not working. What I wanted for this, I wanted it to be about this big, and I wanted this stamp to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more active, to be, that's what I want. That's what my mindset was. But I ordered some for Mindless Craft, and they have some, and they're big, but I don't think I'm gonna have time to wait for them. I don't think I'm gonna wait for them. Speaking of the back 10, love your landscape paper. Oh my God. Listen, let's talk about that for a second. Let's bring her on over. She is right here. Now, Dawn, let me tell you how that happened. As a matter of fact, let me show you how that happened. This is how that happened. This right here. You can see the colors. You see the colors on the palette? In the dish. There are the colors on there. I went in for some more blue, but I'm just like, I'm amazed. I let the brush do some work. I let the brush do the work. I'm not gonna beat myself up about these pine trees or whatever, but I was pleased that they look like trees. I got a lot of good comments on this because most people are used to seeing me do flowers. Even my husband was just like, that's different. I was like, it is, isn't it? So, yeah. But it was because of what's in here, and I just was cleaning the palette out of here, and that's how this came to be. And then it has some Rose Gallery because I needed to use up the blue and that indigo blue, so that's up there. But you can see the Milky Way on here. Let's see. You can see that Milky Way violet very, very good on here. That's the Milky Way violet. It showed out after it dried up, even right there. And in the water, that was it that I kind of scrubbed across and it popped out. So hopefully that is showing up for you. But yeah, so this is what because I was like, most of the people that get these two tones or who get to the granulations, they do landscaping and stuff. Like, I'm a flower girl. So I was like, I'm going to see. So I was just like, it turned out pretty doggone good. Like, I was proud of myself. So this is why you have to do something different every now and then to just surprise yourself. Be like, I'm finna age myself. Be like Gomer Pyle. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Do you like the Rosa Gallery? Love, love, love them. Okay. I love Rosa Gallery. As a matter of fact, I put them finally in the palette. And this is Rosa Gallery. And I put butterflies up there. I'm waiting for the new Rosa Gallery. These are the new Rosa Gallery's colors coming out. We got green quartz, royal green. So when I did these are beautiful. So I'm waiting on these. And I was introduced to Rosa Gallery by Sketches and Scrubs. I'm a part of her happy email. What is it? Gomer Pyle for the win. Yes. A part of her Happy Mail tier. And so she sent this, all of this yumminess on this little card. So when I got finished slapping the paint on the paper with these, I was like, oh my God, I need those in my life. Where have they been? So they're in here with my, y'all know I like a pretty 10. This is my new Christy Rice Happy Painting 10. So these are the Rosa Galleries that I put in here for them to dry. And they finally are dry. It looks like that one's still wet. These are still wet a little bit. But we've had some pretty interesting days. So I'm surprised they're not dry. I follow her. She's awesome. Yeah, Sketches and Scrubs. I love her. Yes, we had. So she's the one, again, now that's where my sketching is coming in. So, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get to the place where I'm going to sketch my flowers and then paint them. I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying. I like freehanding. I just like slapping the paint down on the paper. It just feels so great, feels so freeing. That is where I get my joy from. That is how I get to live my life and not just, survive. You know what I'm saying? So closing out a new tube of, like, when you open up a tube and then you closing it up rather, it's satisfying to me. So I like to go down the rabbit hole of learning new things. And so that's why I say it, never say what you won't do. I've got a Rose Watercolor palette. Need to play with them more. Oh my God, Maddie, pull them out. Yes, 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 please. Yes, please. And hey, do it on a live and send me a message so I can join. And we can Rose Gallery together. I'm trying to sketch more, but I love just paint. Yeah, I just love painting my flowers too. Dawn had me after her live painting what them things is? Sunflowers. I don't even know what I did. Oh, I did it in a book. Dawn, it was something that I wanted to. Oh, remember we was talking about shadows when you were doing the thing. This is what I was talking about. This is like 4 layers. When you dry, let it dry, let it dry, let it dry, come back, dry, come back, and then when you finish, it looks shadowy. So it's not. Or the other thing is, where's the? I'm gonna move these little puppies up a little bit because I don't want nothing. Look at that. Look at that pink, how it popped out of there. That pink and blue. That green is yummy. That's so yummy. Let's see. This is 100%. Remember I sent you a thing and I said watercolor. You're afraid to go live. I'm not good. Girl, no ma'am. No, 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 no. You are good enough. You are great, as a matter of fact. Listen, I got my cousin over here going live all the time now. We do not say we're not good enough. You are just as good as the other person that comes over here and do all the crazy things. Where is it at? Okay, this is what I was saying. This is 100% paper, 100% watercolor paper. This is some good paper, okay? But when you slap that paint down on this paper, you got to be ready. Because if you don't, it's dry. The paper, it sucks it up. I love it. So you have to put a lot of water. But see right here, this is when he was talking about the shadows. That's what we're talking about, is going around. So this is kind of shadowing. This is the shadow for that one. Kind of like right there when it goes around. But yours, like you were doing it when I was telling you to do the ring, and you were like, you were pulling it all, and I was saying stay right. That's what I was talking about. Put it right there. Right there. And I don't know what those were. That was a different color. I didn't like the color. But and then the swoop at the end, it was just too good. Yours were so good. I was just enjoying listening, because that's my thing. It's swoop swoop, boop boop, and doop doop doop. And as you make the sound, it's like you're telling the brush what to do. It's just something that, and again, it just makes me happy. But this book right here it's my traveler. Again, I like stuff that I can travel with, drop right into my bag. But this paper book, like 3 years now, because we've been here at the ranch for 3 years. So I got this book when we left Colorado. So put tape around. That was a little interesting because remember, you got to take some of the adhesive off because it was been up my paper. This was trying to do wet. It didn't work. It was blah. Every time I see this page, I wish I could take it out, but we don't worry about it. Swoop, swoop, boop, boop. Yup. That's what all of this section was trying to be, but this is when I was trying to be something that I wasn't. Now that I'm walked into who I am, I don't worry about it. I am not the other person. And like anybody that tries to you mimic somebody else, then you're telling God you wasn't enough. So Maddie, that's why I'm saying you are the person. Somebody's waiting to hear your voice on a live. Like they want to hear what you have to say. They want to see you slap some paint on some paper. I do. I want to see you make some cards. I'm here. And if it's nobody but me, you, and Dawn, that's okay. That's all right. See, I was combining journaling here. Just when I didn't have inspiration to even paint on the page, I told myself you have to put something on the page. You cannot move. I had to put my prayer there. I covered it up. That's how bad it was. I told y'all I got some prayers that I needed to slap some black paint on top of and then paint on top of. Because that's just how mad I was. But give yourself permission to do it, Maddie. You can do it. I believe in you. And just let me and Dawn know, and we'll be there to Team Maddie. Yes, we're there. But if I can show these ugly paint, look at that. See how my center, ooh, that's ugly. Look at these roses. See, here we go. Look at that. Look how these roses started. And look how they roses. You can tell that's a rose now, like right there. So that's why I look. Yup. Boop. Come on. Let's do it. Look at it. These are cotton candy roses. These are my KMS watercolors. I can tell because there's glitter in there. There's glitter in there. Mm-hmm. These are my hydrangeas. I used a funky brush I had, but it turned out great. And this day I was doing a live, and I got news that one of my, like a son, grew up. His mother, they babysat my children when they were growing up, but he passed away. Yeah, this was on 2/22/23. It was on my granddaughter's birthday, because she was born 2/22/22. Yep, so, and I put that in there. So I did those flowers. I was on Instagram Live, or maybe been on a YouTube Live. I'm not sure. But I was trying to perfect these hydrangeas. It surely was. And then I left it alone and went back to something. I don't know what that was. Say, when the journey seems like you are defeated, keep going. It's okay. Okay? Keep going. Every day I show up for myself, I grow stronger. This book and all of my other pieces remind me of where I've come from. Healing is not a race. It's a rhythm. I choose joy even when it's quiet. Right? I'm allowed to bloom on my own pace at my own time. After my son's death, I said I'm healing on my own terms. People wanted me to show up. See these roses? They start getting better, y'all. And I was just like, I don't want to do it. And then once we moved here on the ranch, I kind of just shut down because why? It was what I needed to do. I needed to take care of me. And so like even now, I have to show up and take care of me. Like I've been taking care of my husband for the last 30 days. And in the midst of that last week, I realized I told him, I was like, I'm tired. And I'm not as young as I used to be. So we have to slow down and we have to give ourselves grace and take care of ourselves, right? Even after the storm. And every brushstroke is a whisper from your soul that says, I'm still here, right? You're allowed to move at your own pace. You don't have to rush. Even Maddie, you with the doing a live, you don't have to rush. But I want you to give thought to it, right? Because you are enough. Even if you just show up and nobody's there but you, you're enough for you. Every day that you show up, you're showing up for yourself. There you go. All right, this was a YouTube live. This was around the time I started doing it. But look at that. I can look at my roses. See, I can look at them and be like, girl, you just did that thing. Look at these. It's like I'm in a daggone flower shop. Look at that. And look at that. See what I'm saying? Is your husband okay? Yes, he's okay. He's on the live. He had knee replacement surgery, Maddie. So he had a full knee replacement on his right knee, which meant that even after 3-4 weeks, he still couldn't drive. So today was really his first day driving a long distance. And we'll talk about it when I get off the live to see. But he came through the door pretty good. Didn't look like he was doing bad. Mr. McKoy, are you still on the live? Let them know how you're doing. Okay, Maddie, sometimes it's nice when there are not many. Yes, absolutely, Dawn. You know I was scared crapless the first time I did a live, and it was like a lot of people were showing up on there. I felt the need to have words to say, right? And I just like, oh my goodness. But now, it's like y'all are here in the studio with me. So we just get to kind of hang out. As long as you're here, I'm here, and we get to hang out, right? He's on the mend. Yep, he's on the mend. So he's doing great. He like I said, he went on a mile walk with the dogs this morning because he walked my path, and that's a mile. Oh, this is the blob. I never finished these. This was me following somebody else the way they did their roses. And then they put a blob on the page, then they go and fill them in. I was like, but that's not petals. I don't like that. But he's doing great. He's doing great. We still go to therapy. He hasn't been released from therapy. I think you got 3 more weeks. So I'm excited. We're excited. And there we go. That was that. So I hope y'all enjoyed that little flip through. I don't have that much to go of my paper, but I have a whole nother one. So, and it's burgundy. So this way I get to keep all of my art, and this will be, and one of my grandchildren probably get this. Yep, they'll probably get this because it's a whole content together of my artwork. And I've started selling, because you know I told y'all I've started selling my artwork. And for those who want to take a look at it, if you're on Team Replay, you go to KarenMcKoy.com. No, I'm sorry. It's Slap and Paint on Paper. SlapandPaintOnPaper.com is where my artwork store is. But Dawn, I said I was going to take this. I was going to get it framed because I actually fell in love with this. Like, I usually don't do all of the things like this. I usually draw my flowers and be done with it. Hanging out more with the piece and putting detail, and you know, it was pretty fun. It's pretty fun. So that's where that is. So we did some new things this past weekend. And I'm usually on Friday, I'm usually inspired by Dawn and Tracy, whatever they tend to be doing. I already have my journal pulled out to all my stuff pulled together to start putting that together. It's not for anyone, not yet anyway. So that's wonderful. Glad he's recovering well. Karen, Dawn sending positive thoughts for Willie. Yeah, Dawn has a Willie and I have a William. So both of them, they call mine Will. He's William to me. I don't cut his name short, but hey, I get it for people that needs to. Okay, we're come to the end. Oh yeah, McKoy Cosmos. Yes, we got our Cosmos. I don't know where they are, but yes. So don't forget to grab your freebie. There's a free journaling prompt in the description box below. It's a gentle guide to help you reflect on your healing journey, right? So as you paint your flowers, draw your flowers, make your flower, however you choose to do your rose, there are some prompts to really help you on your healing journey, or just if you're not really on a healing journey, you're just trying to just navigate life, right? It's a way to help get you through the Rose Challenge. So we'll be doing it together. So, and if you want to go even deeper inside my Patreon community, we paint, we talk, we heal. Remember, we scream a little bit too. You'll get exclusive videos, live group sessions, even one-on-one coaching options. Just join. That is all in the description box. And if you felt encouraged today, please hit that thumbs up button for this video. Subscribe for the channel if you're not subscribed to my channel. And share it with someone you know who's trying to find their way back to joy. You never know who needs this today. So I have a question. I have a question. Hello. I have a question. I have to ask this question. I have to ask this question face to face. What is one word you will carry into tomorrow? That was simple. Mine is Will, Willie, William, Bill. Now, William has never been a Bill. I never understood how Williams became Bill. Somebody help a sister out. Sorry, Karen, I'm on a no buy for a foreseeable future. Oh, Maddie, that is no problem. I need to be on one. It's May. So February and May, I did February for my birthday, and May it's Mother's Day. So I told everybody I want money, so that way that helps with that. But yeah, no worries, Maddie. No worries. But I get that. So what is your one word that is going to carry you into tomorrow? I will see you on Wednesday. So you have a day between. And remember, you don't have to be perfect at this, right? There's so much for the encouraging life. You're welcome. Thank you for joining, Maddie. And Team Replay, thank you. And what word is going to carry you into tomorrow? Because remember, I want you guys to take care of you. Take care of yourself, right? Be kind to yourself. Because y'all know what I say, I don't have not one empty cup on my desk today. Oh, I got something empty. You know what I say? You can see this. But because we can't pour from an empty cup. That was kind of had something in it. So that don't count. You could have got something out of that. But y'all know what I'm saying. Do what you have to do to take care of you. Because you have to take care of yourself first. Take care of you first, right? Breathe. Yes, Paula K. I love that word. Oh, that was candy. It kind of spurted out. I was trying to figure out what it was. I didn't want it to settle on my flowers. I had to move it out of the way. Okay. Ooh, breathe. As you said, after I read that, I had to take a breath. The word is enough. Yes. Maddie, I will be looking forward to your live. Not saying it's got to be today. Listen. Oh, listen, Maddie. This is another thing for you. Do your live at, like, if you happen to wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, do your live there. Most of the people you know are asleep. And then you can do it, and you can do one. You can say you got it over and you done it. And usually when you do one and you get people to join and then they encourage you, and next thing you know, you have a series that go on Mondays and Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you get to hang out with fabulous people. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here because it's after. I'm long overdue. I've only like to hang out because I don't want to keep you guys too long. But anyways, y'all have a great day, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Remember, 1 rose a day. Doesn't matter how you choose to do it. Pen, pencil, whatever. Cut it out of a book. Take 10 minutes each day. That's the minimum. Give yourself 10 minutes. Midnight streamer. Yeah. Well, it all depends. Last night I probably would have caught you, but who knows? Who knows? I have a job, so not very active at 1 a.m. Oh, okay. Gotcha. But here's my note for, it's going to be the end of the live, is Happy Mother's Day. Whether you gave birth or whether you didn't give birth, however, it's Happy Mother's Day. But really, every day is a Happy Mother's Day for me. So, y'all have a great day. And remember, take care of you. And thank you for joining me on this challenge. I love you guys, and thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Team Replay, you rock.